Hello, Bills Mafia, and welcome to the first Buffalo Bills Now podcast of 2014. I'm here in studio in Orchard Park, New York, with my co-host, David Crescenti. How's it doing? How's it going, Dave?
It's going pretty good. How about you?
It's going fantastic in my world. And are you ready for the 2014 season?
Yeah, I am. What? Oh, all right. So to kick off the show today, we are going to talk about the owner situation. Just 2 days ago, Donald Trump tweeted that he is the only potential owner of the Bills who will keep the team in Buffalo. Follow him on Twitter at @RealDonaldTrump. So what do you think about this?
I think it is untrue. I'm pretty sure that Terry Pegula, owner of the Sabres, only has one choice if he buys the Bills, to keep him in Buffalo, because you can only own two professional sports teams if you're going to keep them in the same city. So Terry Pegula said that he's going to outbid everybody, and the bidding war will not be an issue, and he's going to keep the team in Buffalo because he has no other choice. So I'm pretty sure that Donald Trump was wrong, and I'm pretty sure Donald Trump will not be the owner of the Buffalo Bills come next October or whenever.
Would you be happy with Donald Trump as the owner?
I would be happy with anybody that would keep the Bills in Buffalo. I couldn't care less who the owner is. Could you?
What about Bon Jovi?
Bon Jovi's moving the team to Toronto. If he him and a big group of people that want to move a team to Canada are going to buy the team. So if he buys them, then he's moving to Toronto. So no, I would not be happy with that.
All right, yeah. So Donald Trump's teamed up with Jim Kelly. All right, so I think that
No,
isn't that right?
I don't think so.
Who's Jim Kelly with?
I don't know. Is Jim Kelly with anybody trying to buy the Bills? Does he have other things to worry about?
Yeah, but that's what you said in your article.
Then I was wrong.
If I'm not mistaken. But who do you want out of all the people that we've heard to buy the Bills, or do you still not really care?
I would love to see Tom Golisano, billionaire that still lives in Buffalo. He used to own the Sabres. Everyone used to hate him for owning the Sabres for some reason, but now once I start reading things, it's just people are starting to like him. It makes no sense to me, but I would actually enjoy anybody that would like to keep the team in Buffalo and maybe build a new stadium too. I don't think they need a new stadium per se, but everyone thinks they do for some reason when they're already doing a freaking $300 million renovation right now.
Well, that's what Goodell said. He said it's the truth. If they build a new stadium, they're not moving for a while. So
yeah, but are we worried about that? If they don't build a new stadium and they have a new owner, then that wants to keep him in Buffalo, he's got to keep him in Buffalo with all the money that he has.
Good point.
This is the most retarded thing. People are saying that Donald Trump should be the next owner because he has so much money, but he's actually the least rich out of everyone that I looked up that have said that they have interest in the Bills.
It doesn't really matter how much money the person has.
Kind of does.
Because if you have enough to buy the team, why does it really matter? Because
I guess
it's not like you can outpay for players or anything.
But I'm pretty sure there's a couple owners there that have said that they're going to build a new stadium with their own money instead of the taxpayers' money, which is all the money, the $300 million is coming out of the taxpayers' money. That's why people are pissed, because they're paying $300 million to play 8 football games, 3 hours each, at a stadium in a whole year, which I can agree with, but I don't know.
Good point.
There's butt fumbles in the background.
Yeah.
We continue the podcast.
All right. So moving on now. It's just we haven't talked much in a while. So through the draft, through free agency, the Bills have made a couple of trades. Who are some of the best additions that the Bills have had over this offseason?
The Bills added 3 or 4 starters, or maybe even 5 if you really think about it, with the running back position being a big battle after Cedar Spiller had a pretty bad year. But there's Bryce Brown, who was a big addition. They gave up a lot for him, but Bryce Brown was a big addition. 4th-round pick they traded for him with the Eagles. And they also got Mike Williams in a trade for I believe a 7th-round pick. So they were pretty much
It was a 6th-round pick.
6th-round pick. I think they're only doing that. The Bucks made that trade because they didn't have the money to pay for him, and they knew that nobody else wanted him. With all the money they made last year, re-signing his with the re-signing or maybe restructuring or whatever. But he's on a 5-year contract. Mike Williams, but he's going to be probably the starting outside receiver along with Sammy Watkins, with Robert Woods, second-year player, out in the slot most often. And the Bills also added 2 starting linebackers. Well, I presume 2 starting linebackers, Brandon Spikes and Keith Rivers.
Well, yeah, Brandon Spikes, but Keith Rivers is like more of a question.
You know, who would start in front of him?
I don't know, but you think he's got a locked spot starting?
I would guess so. He's really good.
All right.
He started for the Bengals 2 years ago, and they started for the Giants when he was healthy last year for 8 games.
All right. So who give your top 3 additions? That includes the draft as well. So Sammy Watkins and all that.
I do like the Cyrus Kouandjio pick,
Yeah.
if that's how you say his name.
Yeah, that is.
But because we were really struggling at right tackle with Eric Pears there last year.
So you think he'll start at right tackle?
He will. I'm pretty sure they already said that.
Yeah.
But there's some question at left guard with the addition of Chris Williams and the addition of Chris Williams, and they also added a couple of other guards in the draft who have really good talent, but they have struggled off the field with a guy from Miami. I don't really know his name, but yeah.
All right.
So I would have to say Chris Williams, Cyrus Kouandjio, and Mike Williams will be the most beneficial guys to the system, considering that I would say Brandon Spikes, but Brandon Spikes is only on a 1-year contract, so he's just here to, well, I would say he's here to take us to the playoffs for 1 year possibly, and if he does really well, then we re-sign him, but next year will be Preston Brown's job at linebacker. Maybe he's here to be a teacher for a year, you know?
I guess, but I doubt he would want to just come to a team to be a teacher, so.
He's here to be a teacher by yeah.
Okay.
by example.
Alright. Do you think that the trade for Sammy Watkins is overpriced?
Yes, I do think that it was. I mean, I don't think this is gonna happen. I don't think many people do before his second year has even started. But just think about it: if E.J. Manuel, for lack of a better term, shits the bed this season again after having a pretty bad rookie season, they won't have a first. They won't have a first.
I think there was a lot of better terms than that. You could have just said doesn't do good.
Doesn't do well, if I was gonna say that, but then we're most likely screwed next year with a quarterback. What if E.J. Manuel has a career-ending injury? Who's gonna start at quarterback? Jeff Toole? Thad Lewis, maybe.
Thad Lewis, and I know you're obsessed with Thad Lewis. So.
Thad Lewis did play better. Bills Mafia, you can agree with me.
Stop
Thad
calling
Lewis.
him better.
Thad Lewis had a better season last year than E.J. Manuel as a rookie quarterback being drafted in the top 20 picks in the 2013 NFL draft. But Thad Lewis was a undrafted free agent, I want to say, when he first came out.
Well, I don't think it really matters. Manuel, so you don't think he'll do good this year?
I think he does. I already said that.
I think he does good.
I do think he does good, because I'm sure the Bills saw something in him when they drafted him. Not just blindly with their eyes closed. I'll take that guy.
Good point.
They did some research. They saw that the Edward James Manuel, I think that's his name.
No, is it?
I think.
No, it's not.
What is it?
It's
Edwin James or something.
I don't think it's Edwin.
Oh well.
Something
Manuel.
Junior.
Oh, I don't know. Edwin.
I think it's Eric Junior.
Oh yeah, Eric Junior. We'll look this up for you, Bills Mafia. As we have ducks flying away somehow in the background.
Yeah, they have no idea what we're talking about. Eric Junior.
Just look up EJ Manuel and go to the Wikipedia. Sorry, that's a pretty bad thing to say. No. You're wrong.
I was not wrong. It's Junior. He said it. He said it, but
Eric Rodriguez.
that is not what it is. That's not what it is.
I know it's not.
I heard an interview from Manuel.
It's not. What does the Rodriguez stand for?
Don't use Wikipedia. It's so.
Do you know what I
wrong.
saw on EJ Manuel? I think I might have stolen the picture. You can keep the podcast going, but it was hilarious.
That's not his name. It's not
It's
Eric
not.
Rodriguez with a K.
But
at
there
the
was a
end of it.
picture. I took a picture of Wikipedia one day. I'll show you. It's freaking hilarious.
Yeah, I guess. But
Oh, here it is. Look at number 69, Seattle Seahawks. It says he's been playing for the Seahawks since 1992. He's some of it's true, some of it's not. They say that he plays left bench.
What? What is that?
That's a Wikipedia.
That's so bad. You know what's also terrible for alerts and updates?
What?
ESPN. Just to throw that out
ESPN
there.
has a new
Yeah,
setup. It's
yeah, you
freaking
told me
awesome.
that was so cool. It's not that cool.
Alright, fuck off. But, Dave, how was your day today?
Doesn't make sense, but
It's been kind of a crappy day for the first time in a while.
why? Because it's raining.
Yeah, it hasn't rained in a while in Buffalo. Well, I don't know about Buffalo. I live in the suburbs of Buffalo.
It's not Eric Rodriguez.
Well, that's a Wikipedia again, so obviously it's not.
No, I'm
If you know the answer to this question, what does EJ stand for?
No, I know what it is.
Just type
It's
it
some-
down.
I'm
Type
pretty
it
sure
down
it's
in the
Eric
comments.
Jr.
Type it down in the comments. It would be greatly appreciated. Bills Mafia.
No, stop calling him Bill Mafia. But it is Eric Jr. I heard an interview and he said that.
Oh.
I'm gonna
You
find
heard
out.
here first. His name is Eric Jr.,
Hang
not
on,
EJ.
Hang on. Alright, we're
we
back.
finally
I'm
found
gonna
the
shut up.
answer.
Alright, so courtesy of the Dave Damashek football program, great podcast. You should listen to that.
No, please don't.
It's on iTunes or NFL.com/Shek SHEK. Anyway,
Or
to go
you
back-
just listen to our podcast.
here's an interview with EJ Manuel, and here's what he had to say when he was asked what does EJ stand for.
EJ actually stands for Eric Jr. I'm a junior. Obviously, my dad is senior, but a lot of people assume my middle name is a J, so they'll call me Eric James or Eric something with a J. So, all they got to do is ask, and it definitely stands for Eric Jr. though.
So yeah,
So there you have it.
yeah.
Nothing we've been worrying about for a while.
Well, I don't know where they got Eric Rodriguez from, because it's not ER, it's EJ.
I don't know. It's a bunch of bull fucking shit.
Shut up. Alright. So, let's move on now. I guess.
With the new additions, the Bills had also lost a couple of key players that were big to the 2013 roster, such as Stevie Johnson, the #1 receiver. He was traded for a 4th-round draft pick to the San Francisco 49ers, just a day or two removed of the Bills selecting Sammy Watkins in the 1st round, 4th overall. And,
Yeah, I'm completely okay with this move.
I'm okay with it since he had such a big contract that we couldn't really get much more than a 4th-round pick out of him. We didn't need him anymore.
Yeah, I mean, if Sammy Watkins plays out to his potential, then he should be an upgrade. Although it sucks
Big
that
upgrade.
you bought Stevie Johnson's jersey last year.
Yeah, I bought Stevie Johnson's jersey to show off my fandom. I don't know why I said that, but I'm gonna have to do something with it. Maybe change it to a Ramses Barden jersey,
Oh my
who is
God.
number 13 right now.
That's terrible.
I was hoping that Sammy Watkins was gonna wear number 13, so I actually texted him a couple times because we're close.
Oh, did you text him?
I texted him saying wear number 13. He said, "All right, bro. I'll talk to you later."
So, he wears number 14.
No, he's wearing number 14, and I was actually kind of pissed at him for for
Alright,
not
please
listening
shut
to
up.
such a
Please
great
shut up.
buddy.
Please shut up.
But Sammy
no.
Watkins really did me dirty there.
Alright, so is there any other key players that are gone? I don't think so.
Not that I can think of off the top of my head. There's a couple of players. Alex Carrington's gone.
Oh, Jay Bird.
Oh my gosh,
Obviously.
we all forgot about Jay Bird. Everyone thinks he's such a great player, number 31 of the Buffalo Bills. Blah blah blah. But I don't think he was. I don't think he was what everyone thought he was.
He was good.
He was good. He was good. He was a good player. But do you know who was a better safety than him
Jim Leonard.
in his day? No, in his day, Dante Whitner.
Dante Hittner.
Dante Whitner was a great safety for the Buffalo Bills. He did what he had to do. Made the tackles when he needed to.
Okay, but Bird does everything. Did everything.
Bird missed a couple tackles last year.
He never misses
He had
tackles.
plantar fasciitis, which is another word for a hurt, a woman part, and
Oh
and
my God.
he missed the first five games of the freaking 2013 season, and everyone's begging for him to come back. Like, Jarvis, please come back to Buffalo. We need you.
He's so good. He was the best safety on the team.
We had
best player on the team.
Aaron Williams was a solid safety last year, and we also have
Solid. He
Denoris
played
Searcy.
cornerback half of the time.
We also had Denoris Searcy, who is a solid safety at times.
I guess.
Um,
Duke Williams.
Duke Williams,
Jim Leonard.
Jim Leonard, the free agent. Is he a free agent? I don't think they re-signed him.
I don't know.
He was a free agent if they didn't re-sign him, but I don't think they did. They also lost a key member of the special teams and locker room, Arthur Moats, linebacker. He's a Steeler now.
Yeah.
But he will practice with the Bills on August 21st when the
They're
Bills.
doing a couple.
August 17th maybe or something.
They're doing more than one.
They're doing more than one.
Combined practice? Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean the scrimmage and stuff. But they're gonna. So Arthur Moats will see his old buddies, old pals. Maybe hit up the club with his old
Oh,
pals.
you're really being a piece of crap today.
What do you mean?
I don't know. You're just. Alright. So, from the offseason, the Bills added a couple of running backs. They got Anthony Dixon. And they also got. Bryce Brown.
And
So-
they obviously cut Fred Jackson and Cedar Spiller, who are going into their contract years, which is probably the reason why the Bills picked up these two guys, Anthony Dixon and Bryce Brown. Bryce Brown, we traded for him with the Philadelphia Eagles. We traded a 4th-round pick of next year for him. And he should be the 3rd running back from all I know.
Third.
And I'm pretty sure that C.J. Spiller has told sources that he is looking into free agency, and he actually got help from Jarvis Bird on how to look into free agency. So that's interesting. And Fred Jackson, this could be his last year. You never know.
You mean in the NFL?
Yeah, he's getting up there in his age, and I'm pretty sure he's had a couple of concussions in his career. Well, everyone has, I'm pretty sure, but I mean, if I were him, I would get out.
I get your point.
Yeah, I would get out if I were him.
But still, there really isn't any controversy that's going to affect the playing time or anything during the regular season.
Yeah, but just think about it. Franklin, what's his name?
Frank
Jonathan
Summers?
Franklin or something?
Jonathan Franklin?
Yeah,
Oh,
he retired because of concussions after his rookie year. So, I mean, if you're thinking about it and future reference, I would say that this might be Fred Jackson's last year of his career.
Guess, but he hasn't been known for concussions at all.
He's a fantastic football player, though. He just knows how to play the game.
Yeah, most people in the NFL do.
Out of college.
Out of college and NFL Europe.
Everyone told him that he wasn't going to do it, and he said he just didn't listen to them, and he just kept on working. That's a great.
You should do a documentary on him.
I will one day.
A more interesting battle, I guess, is the receivers. Most likely 6 receivers will be kept. So we already know that Sammy Watkins has a spot, Robert Woods has a spot, Marquise Gilbin has a spot.
And I would say Marcus Easley has a spot because of his solid special teams to play last year, but that means they might keep 7.
Seriously?
But we didn't talk about the running backs enough.
Why?
We didn't talk about what the signing of Anthony Dixon means to Frank Summers, who the Bills also kind of re-signed. They tendered him. They're both fullbacks, and they already have 4. They already have 3 running backs on the team. So what's going to happen with them? I'm pretty sure one of them will get cut. Which one do you think will be cut? Frank Summers or Anthony Bowie Dixon?
Probably neither.
Neither. You think they're gonna keep
Well,
five running
Frank
backs?
Summers is gonna start at fullback. So I guess
So Anthony Dixon's
if you
gonna-
don't think they'll keep another running back, then yeah, Anthony Dixon. But I think that
But Anthony
all
Dixon,
5 of those players.
Anthony Dixon has shown that he can do stuff on fullback.
I don't know.
Frank Summers has not shown.
Why do you keep saying Frank Thomas?
I don't know. I'm in the baseball mood.
Who do you think it's gonna be?
I think that if somebody gets cut out of the two of them, Frank Summers, Frank the Tank. Even though everyone loves him in Buffalo, then
Everyone loves him because he has like one run, and everyone's like, "Oh, Frank the Tank."
Yeah, but he also had a couple of 30-yard catches, which don't really matter. But he's a big guy. He's a big guy. He can make some blocks, but so can Anthony Dixon. So Anthony Dixon is probably the bigger guy because you know.
No,
Frank
I
Summers
don't know.
seems pretty. He looks
don't
kind
know
of like
why.
a chode.
Okay.
He's short and chubby.
All right. So now moving on to the receivers. Sammy Watkins is a spot. Robert Woods is a spot. Marquise Goodwin, and I'm assuming Mike Williams. What about T.J. Graham? Because I think
Graham
he's trash.
I think he's trash too. I think he's on the bubble. He's the one receiver that I can think of that can pull out of the group that's on the bubble.
What about
He just can't catch the ball.
think Chris Hogan's got a spot?
Chris Hogan is on the bubble also.
Really?
Let's see the people that are on the bubble. Just think it like completely. Just everyone that could possibly be on the bubble. Ramses Barden.
Yeah.
Marcus Easley.
So you mean the people that might not make the
Go
team?
to receiver.
I am.
Yeah, people that are on the bubble to making the team.
Well,
There's people that are definitely getting caught.
yeah, like
Caleb Holly. He's not going to be on the team.
Chris Summers.
Kevin Elliott is actually a sleeper in my mind. He tore his ACL last year, and I feel like they would have cut him if they didn't see something in him.
All right, so
So I would.
we got Sammy Watkins already on the team. Robert Woods already on the team. Mike Williams. Marcus Goodwin.
Yeah, I would say
So pick
Marcus.
two guys out of Ramses Barden, Marcus Easley, Kevin Elliott, Chris Hogan. Those are basically the only.
I feel like
real
they'll
people.
keep. You didn't say T.J. Graham, but I feel like they'll keep
TJ
T.J. Graham and see what happens, and maybe keep one of these guys that are practice squad eligible on the practice squad, and then if it doesn't work out with T.J. Graham, then bring him up. Like I don't think Chris Hogan's not 1 year experience. I'm pretty sure he's 3 years.
Yeah, but I think he's still eligible.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he might be eligible, and then also
They'll keep
Kevin
Chris
Elliott.
Hogan.
I'm pretty sure is eligible.
They'll keep
Ramses
Chris
Barden
Hogan.
is not eligible because he's played 5 years, and Easley is not eligible. So we'll have to see. But this training camp will be very interesting for the Buffalo Bills this year.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
and we'll have more insight on the training camp in the further weeks. So our next podcast will be next Friday because I'm going out of town for the week, and so yeah. Please follow us on Twitter at Bills_now. And keep checking in at realbillsnow.blogspot.com. But till then, we'll see you next time.
Thank you for joining us.